Okay. Maybe the summoner needs to be 1, 2. Speaking of which, we do have these 4 things. I need to assign them when we change the formation here. What did we call them? Fighting Orpling. Let's call them Fighting Entity. So this is just creating, fine. Initialize fighting entity and so on. Blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. But then we switch to formation. Hold on. I don't remember what we said, but I think 0 should be left, center, right, and behind, so this one. Ba-da-ba-ba. So with this, we tell the Orplings to move, and with this, we should tell the player to be in the central slots. But how? Now that's the problem. I don't know what to do which looks good. We could implement something just to have something like that the player just teleports in the middle, but I'm not sure if I want to go with that, because I do want to shape this part to be already somewhat close to the end result, because I want to iterate already. I want to have the feel of the system correct before I go deeper. So what solutions could we have here? And the situation is our player meets a monster. Hey Pua! Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? Oh. Solution 1. We just teleport them to the positions. That's nice of you, hello. Welcome, welcome. Solution 2. We just move them to the positions. Like slide them. I don't know. 3. Let them walk. How to explain? So I have a game. I want to make a game. I'm right now in the battle system where one guy meets another, as in classical RPGs, turn-based RPGs, where they then are in a fighting set. But I want to be fluid, like I don't want to have a fate and then everyone is in a position, whatever. And we have like the player here with his monsters all over the place. And then we have like the enemies here. But in the overworld, we have like one player here and then the monster here. And then they touch each other and then a fight begins. Now the thing is, how do I transition from there? Because right now we have the little ARPlings, which will be in the positions here, flying around, these little balls. And in the center here must be the player. But I don't want to just teleport him in. I want him to go there in a, I don't know, in a satisfying way where I don't have a fate. I imagine like something like this. How to say? Like, I am in this overworld thing where I walk on a road, whatever. Then there is this dog monster, whatever. And then he's like, oh my god, there's a player. And he's like running towards us very, very fast. And the player is a noob, doesn't know what to do. And this guy catches him. Then I want like, I'm not sure. They will probably not fight on this thing. Because if I make them fight on the overworld, I need to handle them on positions and so on. And what if the players is like in a corner and the dog comes here? Where do they fight? Do I then move them to somewhere where do they have room and stuff? This makes a big can of worms. Like that opens a big can of worms. So ideally, when this guy touches me, we get transported in an arena, maybe with a visual effect where everything gets dark or whatever. But it's not a black screen, it just flows into this screen. I never saw how it is in Pokemon. In Final Fantasy, it's most like in the older ones, we had like a screen and then it's breaking up around, and then we are in that arena. But I don't want that. But I guess what I'm doing is kinda like this. My end goal is to be fast. I don't want the player to wait until the fight is there. I want them to be able to be like, when they touch, like 1-2 seconds, and then they can press X and they can fight already. I don't want them to wait a big animation and then the monsters come there and make their whatever move, blah blah blah. I want it to be fast. Yeah, it is. It is kind of like that. It is like a turn-based game, so it is still a slow thing. But I want to get the turn-based combat to be as fluid as possible without going to real time. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. And I guess there is no other way. I'm just doing the same thing and just talking around the bush. I'm like saying, hey, my thing is different, but it is not. I still have a transition from here to here. Even though you see this guy and this guy never leaving the screen, it's still a transition. Ah, I don't like E. No, no, no. I do already know that I can finish the rest because I did this in Unity already. But my goal is to have everything set up in a kinda solved state where it's already kinda the solution, so I can test if it's fun or not. I don't want to hop to one feature then to the other. I want to have a chain of features which do link together instead of broken links and then try to fix them. Sadly, the thing is I was already at that point where I did finish the battle system, but I never made it to connect from the overworld to the battle system. So I do know how to make the battle system. That's not a problem. And sadly, I don't come to a good idea. My idea actually was this battle system is pretty slow. I need to be faster. So I do now have this. I do want to do this transition fast. Now this thing is unreal. I did this part already 2 years ago in Unity, so I do know what my system looked like. But yeah, not the links in between. Yeah. And I'm not sure if there is another solution to this. Because, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything else I can do. If this little dog here decides to touch me, and if I don't want to have that on that road where they did touch each other, and if I do want an arena, then yes, there must be a transition here. So maybe I do a Black Fate. Then maybe I should emphasize, or how to say, make this transition as pleasant as possible, or short, or something. Well, this doesn't need to be a dog. It could be a blob, it could be a bird, whatever. This is a bird now. Burp. This is blob. Duk. And this is pua. I do understand, yes. It is the Final Fantasy effect. Now it does not break, shatter. Now we have like a bite. Or a claw comes from here and then slashes through. What game? What do you mean? Final Fantasy X does it like this, shattering. Yes, there is no... I can also not imagine any... Actually, no. No, there is a turn-based RPG that does not make a transition. It's called Chrome Trigger. Chrome Trigger? Yes. It's called Chrome Trigger, I think. There they just walk into positions. But they do stay in the map. They don't go to an arena. Okay, but if I do this transition, then walking and sliding, we don't need that. We will do teleport, there is no other way. And if we teleport, I don't have to care anymore about the Orplings being here, going to that position. The Orplings can actually start where I do tell them, probably behind the player, and then they fly to their positions. Oh damn, that one is complicated. What I do know, what do you mean? But yes, all these things I can decide later because they all are the same thing. Your zoom thing as well. This is dock and zoomed. Because they all transition, they all hide the screen so the guys can prepare. Which means we will teleport. Which means I know what to do now, which means I have to teleport the player. What do you mean? You mean this? This is not a dummy, this is Pua. Alright, then let's crack on? How do they say that? Isn't that British even? I'm not sure. You're not sure? How am I supposed to be sure then? So, we do create the entities here, and we do move the Orplings here, so we do the summoner here, which means we get the summoner slot. You don't know? That sounds like a you problem. You have to know. Summoner slot and the summoner. The summoner position. Set actor location. Needs to be the location of our summoner slots. Get location. Then this guy is just the entity. We need his representation entity. How did I do this with the Arplings actually? I thought I did this pretty good there. Assign Arplings, blah blah blah. Command fighting entity to move. Ah, okay. We did actually not do this. But Pua needs to know when Pua is in the presence of the monkey. Or else. Okay, this is actually not position. It needs to be transformed. Jeebus cannot help you here. Boop, boop, boop. So then, but where do I tell this? Come on, I need to see that. I need to see that little part. Representation. Where do I do this? Execute. Is it this? Execute command. Where is the Arbling? There. Fly to Okay. I understand. So I do have to improvise here. What? Not improvise. I just tell them to set actor transform, which is the same thing here. So when I play this now, our player needs to teleport to our competitor. That will cost you extra. Please give me money. Then I shall grant you brains. Your lumps. Alright. Okay. So let's see. If I do press play, then this guy should be in the middle. Yes, there we go. I cannot move because we have some default game things going on. And look, poor, they can dance. I can tell them to switch to water formation. And so on. Okay, now we solved the problem with the player, which I still have to solve when I connect the battle system with the overworld with the transition. Now I have to tell these front orplings to materialize when they actually reach their positions. And that will be interesting because right now the code is not meant to be for that. Let's see. So we go here. If we go to fire formation, for instance, we tell the front slots to be these three guys, which is this, this, and this. So when we command them to fly there, luckily we already implemented something where we know that someone reached that thing. So all I need to do now is when the front slots are reached, we need to send those orplings the command that they have to materialize. Now, how do I listen to that? That is something I have to take care of. Right here, behind it or in front. Maybe we have an array here, wait for front orplings. And then when they go, do they actually tell us which orpling they are? Because if I'm here, flight procedure, and then we fly around, And then we do reach, we do this, which is not what we want. And the fighting entity has only the representation notify function. And we do call this, but it is not implemented yet. But we do the general idea here. So we have to tell the representation entity to fire this. And the payload must be the ID of itself. So we do go to representation entity, which is the parent class of the abstract orbling. This guy has the representation entity event notifier. So when it's reached, we have to call RE event notifier. Do we save our ID? Apparently not. We should, in creating this orbling, also give him an ID. Oh, wait a moment. Am I missing or something? Because the orblings moving to this place was always because I thought I don't have a transition. I'm using the overworld representations to be in the fight. And what is when I'm out of the fight? Where do I position them? Should I memorize where they were before? That's stupid. Actually, hold on. So we don't memorize where they are. So when the fight ends, I should memorize where their positions are on the competitor arena field, transition that to the overworld, and then they are like nice little orblings, and then they fly to their original slots. Those guys maybe after the fight are still materialized, and then in the 2 seconds where we see them, they just turn to orblings again, and then they move. Yes, this is good. I think we will do it like that. So we still need orbling ID. And now I have to give them their IDs when we do create them. But we did not create them here. I just have to expose it outside right now. Hello? like this. Hello, Pua. Wait, that's your name. So we can now take these and put them into ID. Ah! What? No! There you go. Come on! Boom. Now the IDs are in there. So now I can grab this ID and put it in here. And then we notify Orbling reached position with this. So if we fire this now, this will go to the representation entity, which is this thing. No, not this. It is this thing. This is bound. Hold on. What? Oh. Wait. Yes. It is bound to here, which goes to the listener. Let's call it listener. And this is wrong, but this will do then stuff. Probably this has to notify the summoner competitor because this guy is waiting for them to materialize. Hold on. We don't only want to reach position, we want them to materialize. So maybe this is wrong. Okay, let's tackle this from the other side. Summoner. Switch formation. So here we tell him command. Oh, it's the same thing, of course. Here we tell him go to position. Here, fly 2. But now we don't just want flight 2. On those first 3, we also want something else. We have flight 2 and we have walk 2. And walk 2 we will use to land or walk. So maybe the first 3 slots will use walk 2. Should I? What are you doing, Pua? Are you just watching? Or are you doing something parallel? Dishes? What did you eat? How many? Oh, okay. I want one too. You ate them all. Next time, next time. Ah. So should I change these three then? Your dot 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 in indicate sarcasm. Pua, no sarcasm. Command fighting entity to move to slot. I guess I will call this fly to slot. No. Actually, why don't I make an enum for this? Should I? It would be besides the point. No, I should not do this. So this is flight 2, 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 and this is flight 2. And we need walk 2. Boop, boop, boop. So we have to command now. We could put this inside this. And now the front ARPlinks do nothing, and the rest will fly to their positions. As we can see. Although, no, they did correct. If I now move to water formation, the water ARPlinks should stay where they are, even if they are in one of the slots already. But two of the fire ones should now engage too, which they do. Overlapping, but this is intended right now. So yeah, the front slots will be empty. And now I can tell them. You do not fly there. You want to land there. So how do I do that? Because I already have a function like this. But how did we do this? Do we do it here? Flight procedure. If target reached is true, we set random flight target. So it is not this, because we do this. And this one is called. So we have to look where this call position reached is getting bound on. There we go, and the ARPS cluster, we do ARPling reach to materialize. And then we materialize it from the cluster. This is not good. The cluster does need to know that it is materialized, but it should not be the one who tells him to materialize. This is something I have to refactor some other time. So we'll keep this in mind and refactor it in another place. But for now, this guy needs a function where we can tell him, hey, fly to there, but if you are there, materialize. Now, where did I tell this guy to fly? With the fighting entity? No. With the representation entity? No. It is in the uplink in execute command where we say set up flight to target, and maybe this guy needs another checker where it says materialize if reached. But walk 2 doesn't only mean that we are flying, so we should also look for our enum for orb form. If when we get the to fly command, we have to look if we're an Orpling form, then do the flying, and if we are materialized, we have to do some other things. So this one needs also this, because if we are flying and we get the command to walk, we have to set up flight to target, but when it reaches the target, then it needs to materialize. So, with the Orpling cluster, we bind it to position reached. So we could get this guy at this position here, and then we have like I do have to go? Alright, Pua. Thank you for what to say? I forgot the word. Thanks for tuning in. Get reached. If this is true, then bind position reached, then you have to materialize. And we do this here by just telling him to materialize. Update form to materialize. Can I just put it here? Oh no, I cannot. there are some more things going on here. Not easy. So I guess I create another function and refactor this when I refactor the cluster, because this is not used anywhere else, right? Yeah, this is some bad code here. Because all we need is this part. This part can die. This is like a thing we add to the function. Although, probably this just needs to be renamed as an overworlds materialize, because we do still need to update the path, and this is just the code flow. So this is like this. We duplicate this, call it materialized, and just kill this. Now we have the problem that we also have to turn him to the right position though. This we will tackle after we implement the flying and landing and materializing. So we are here, do this, we go here, we do this, we do need this, we do need this, but now we do bind position reached to create event to update materialized. And with this code, now the walk to arplings, which are the front arplings, will get these things, but also bind if position reached. And if they reach, we have to unbind materialized. Unbind position reached. Create from this function update for materialized. There we go. Now this is clean. And this should actually work if I didn't forget anything. We cannot switch from one formation to the other if the guys have materialized, because they will not know what to do then. But they do have to materialize. They do not. I guess reach never fires. Let's see what happens. Guess this never happens, right? Yeah. But why? Oh, do they do? They do. Fire Earth? Why does it not materialize then? Because I don't do this. But I don't need this, right? Uh-oh. We do some stupid things there. If I do this, I do to materialize visibility. And now we go to this. Hmm. I have to switch here. Can I add it here to battle? No, I need a battle state. Flight reach tolerance. Is that the problem? I mean, this thing still fires now. does not. Why does this go? Why is this even a thing? Oh, because I never tell him that we are in a battle. For now we put it here. So all our ARP links know that I are in battle. Dun, dun, dun. Bum, bum, bada, ba, bum. What the fuck? They did reach. Reached. Why don't you transform? Also, why just one? Where's the rest? Ah. Do I bind this? Oh. I never bound this. Summoner. How? Why is opening 8? Who says he's... Okay, that's it. I will now brute force and look at a very messy log. Nine? Yeah, they are not moving, that's fine. But the rest... They are under 3. Did I not tell them? I did not tell them. Actually, we cannot just tell them. Shit. So if we do this... No, they will actually work. And now they're materialized. Alright. Although I don't like this. It at least works now. I need to make sure that that reached thing works properly. As in the break time, I need to work on that. We do right now for breaking. We have this. If our distance is big, then our speed is also very high. But the more the distance shortens, the speed falls down. I need to do something like this. Or either something like this, and when it's reached, this needs to be 0. Or maybe there's this part where it goes slower, and in a certain thing we teleport. Whatever. Yeah, something like that. But we came closer. We came closer. Now they can materialize, and after they reach, if I change the formation, they need to dematerialize and go somewhere else. We will do that next time. So thanks guys for watching, for supporting. But this is it for now. I will do the other things next time. Anyways, thanks guys. See you next time. Bye bye.